Hi everybody and welcome to our Wednesday webinar. Tonight I'm going to be covering again team building on Facebook. I know we covered it at the Saturday System for Success webinar, not webinar, sorry, training. But as I said, not everybody tunes into them or maybe not got around to watching it yet. But the main reason I'm doing it again is because Facebook just changes all the time. So I'm investigating new ways of sponsoring on Facebook as we speak. But the old stuff still works. Everything still works. But mainly, it's not really about the sponsoring. It's about the follow-up. Because the fortune is in the follow-up. And then click next, so because my things slide. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't do a lot of sponsoring adverts in business type groups, you know, earn money, work from home. I don't do many there. I do believe that they will work, but there's just hundreds of thousands there. Where I do them is in the buy and sell groups. And I think that is where most of us do our team building or sponsoring adverts. If you're new to team building on Facebook, make sure that you just have a little search through each group when you're posting to check if they do allow sponsoring adverts. Saves you going through and reading all the admin stuff. So where to sponsor on Facebook? We know your own group. Periodically, I wouldn't say put a sponsoring ad there every day, but at least a couple times a week. Discussion posts, buy and sell posts, and the marketplace. The marketplace at the minute is a bit like Fort Knox. It is hard to get our sponsoring adverts onto it, but I don't care because weirdly enough, what happened today, some sponsoring ads that were rejected, I got old ones, same style, that I was able to renew. So the marketplace has been a bit fickle at the moment, as well as the job posts has been fickle. So what I'm concentrating on is discussion posts and buy and sell. Personally, I prefer buy and sell, but I know many of you prefer the discussion posts. And my remote controls decided to play up. Just a quick reminder, if you're new to Facebook, team building, new to Facebook, doing activity on it, new to the business, you must space them out a maximum of 2 or 3 adverts on about 60 groups with discussion posts. And if it's a discussion post and all you do is click start discussion, if they say I'm interested, you have to ask them to message you. Where a buy and sell post on a laptop, you get a message box. Buy and sell posts, a minimum of 2 to 3, and you want to post 40 to 60 groups a day. And that, as you know, when you post a buy and sell post, it allows you to share it on 20 groups. That training's not been done tonight. As I say, mainly what I'm going to be covering is the the follow-up. But I did want to, because there's changes, ever-changing Facebook, because there's so many changes, I wanted to just quickly go through how to sponsor. But if it's a buy and sell post, a marketplace post, or the marketplace app, you can message them. And that's on the laptop only. You get a little message box. But the other thing I like about the buy and sell adverts, especially the marketplace part of it, is it allows you to renew the post in 7 days' time up to 5 times. So every time you post an advert in the marketplace, you can share it 6 times in total. Just literally, here you go here, there's part-time income opportunity. Click the 3 dots and this comes up. Renew to the marketplace, and there you go, been moved up the marketplace. To get more views, you can renew this post 4 times after 7 days, maximum of 4 times. So that's why I like that. I personally don't think it really matters too much what the advert says. You know, I do buy and sell, so I do have a description, but I am looking at doing more discussion. But I just like to buy and sell simply because I I can share it with 20 groups in a heartbeat. But just anything, earn extra cash, work from home, work for your own phone, part-time income opportunity, whatever you want. It's really trial and error to find out what works for you. And last week when I was trying to put 0 in, I was getting nan. It's spelled out nan. Where the 0 is there, and Jane was getting that as well, which was quite spooky because that's my mum's name. And she's dead. That's why it was spooky. Click next. There's a marketplace, and as you can see, if you look down there, my laptop allows me to share to the marketplace and 20 groups. If it's my phone, it only allows me to share to 10, but if you go back to any advert, you can post it to more places. So now what we're going to talk about, which is the most important part, is the follow-up, because the fortune with the team building is in the follow-up. Most people now have a Facebook group that we send our prospects to. Make sure you keep that Facebook group tidy. You don't want too much information. It might be a good idea to just make sure it's not too busy, and definitely put the opportunity video. At the moment it is simply the pay plan, but as we start to get success stories and income checks, we can start to make the opportunity video a bit more exciting. So there's 2 ways that you can follow up, and I'm talking about a Facebook lead at the moment, but it doesn't matter if it's a Facebook or if it's somebody's phone number you've got, or a WhatsApp. If somebody's got a phone number, you can use the WhatsApp, which is free, and internet as well. But at the moment, I'm talking about Facebook, but the follow-up's pretty similar. I prefer to speak to somebody. At the moment, the kit is free, which means that people sometimes don't think too hard before they join. So what we have to do is just to get them to do that little bit of thinking before they join, to make sure that they really want to get started. This is something that they do want to do, and we do that by asking questions, and you can follow a set script. I tend to have my messages that I just copy and paste. If it's in the phone, I use the auto dictation, which you can do with iPhone. If it's an Android, you would need to search for a similar program. So I just put first message, and my first message comes up. So, but my aim is to get on the phone. But if you don't get on the phone, you can do it through Facebook. However, I just feel that if you get on the phone, it can consolidate it better, get the person started properly. So this is just one little example. If they message me, I do send links, www.links. If I message them, I don't send links. If I'm sending www.links and I'm doing a lot of responses, I don't send links. Does that make sense? You can send a link if they message you first. You can do them as long as you don't do lots and lots of them. If you do lots of them, you'll get a warning, and I'll show you what I mean. So this one here says, "Hi Susan, thanks for responding to my advert." If you search Facebook, I've put that the wrong way around. If you search for Viva MK Income Opportunity on Facebook, there you can watch a short video which explains how the money is earned. You can also see the product range here and examples of results that are being achieved. If you'd like more information or would like to get started, please reply with the next step. That could be anything, but you might be sending them to a website. I prefer to send them to my Facebook group so I can capture them. However, if they don't go into the group, send them other information. I noticed you didn't join the group. Here's a link to the information. My second, well, that's just the advert there. I keep forgetting I've done that because the visual came up first. That's just exactly what I said there. My second message, if they respond today and I don't get back to me, I respond, but let's say they responded at 5 o'clock tonight. and I don't hear from them, I will do most of my responses in the morning. So it's not always 24 hours, but always within 24 hours maximum. And it's just a nice quick one because most people don't get back to your first message. That's just a fact. Did you manage to watch the video? If yes, have you any questions? And they'll either respond to that where you can chat, or they won't. I'm going through my messages first, and then I'm going to do what we'll chat to them about. Message number 3, if I've not heard from them, I want to show them my selling group, because this is how we sell a lot of our products. So here is, I'll just say, hi Susan, that's the name I'm using tonight. Here is how I sell some of my products. I also use Facebook Marketplace. It can be done from your phone. This really is a genuine opportunity, and my first month I earned whatever your income is if you have a story. Use someone else's story if you're new. And there you can see the link, www. I'm pretty sure you love the products, Lynn. Now, if it's a man, and I'm not being sexist here, men don't always, are not always attracted initially to the online side of it. I will mention the catalogues as well. My third message gets the best response. If they haven't, because it gives you, what it does by putting that link is it shows them your shop, it shows them your cover photograph, and people do join it, but they respond to that one. In my experience, that's my best result, comes to that one. And by the next, if they haven't responded within 24 hours, just thanks for showing an interest. If you consider this in the future, please message me. You can find me in Lynn Mac's online shop, Viva MP Income Opportunity on Facebook. If you know anyone would be interested, please give them my details. Quick story, genuine opportunity. Here's another story. Thanks, Lynn. No more than 4 messages and then archive them. You don't want to sicken people, and if they've not, I do find that the 4th message also gives me a good response, strangely enough, because I'm basically saying thanks for your interest, bye, and they might go, oh wait a minute, I've just not had time to have a look at it. So what do we say? Now, before I go on the telephone, something came up that I'm not used to having with sponsoring adverts. People either will comment on your advert saying information, or I'm interested, or whatever, or they'll message you, but they're starting to click, you know, that little I'm interested button, which half of them are pretending with the products that they've, oh, I did that by mistake. So you did. But I'm interested. So because I got the I am interested, I did think that I would go in from a different approach, because to me it's a weaker lead. It's weaker. I'm interested. It's easy just to flick that switch. So I just went straight in for, hi Donna, thanks for responding to the advertisement. This is a simple work from home part-time business. You can fit around anything. Are you working at the moment? She came back and said, I work full-time, yes, but have breaks between, and a Monday off, just moved into a new house, so need cash for decorating. Most people, Big Al, most people do this part-time around their current commitments. You can work online or with catalogues. The products are lovely, as well as lots of useful products. It's simple and easy to do. She works full-time, but they do the same one. I prefer to, she's a strange one. I'm only kidding, but she actually preferred to work with the catalogues. I usually get, most people say, no, they're online, but she prefers the catalogues. Now, what I will say at this point, if it's the catalogues or online, it doesn't matter what the reply is. I'm going to try and guide them when they get started to doing both. As you know, the online is simple and easy to do, and the catalogues is a bit more manual, but produces amazing results, especially once you get to a customer base. So I had asked her, let's just go back. So it's entirely up to you. If you do catalogues or online, both work. It's free to get started, and you also get free 50 free catalogues to help you get started. How much income were you hoping to earn? Now, she said anything at the moment in time would be good. And you know yourself that we need to try and get that more solidified, because working for anything isn't really a goal. But all I'm doing is building up a relationship, building up a rapport, and chatting and finding out a bit more about this person before I even ask her if I can give her a call, which I'm going to do in a minute. I just put after Christmas and a house move. I know what you mean. It's not easy, definitely not. What would you like to know? If it's easier, I could give you a quick call to explain to you how it all works. Now, she said she came back with questions, so she ignored my quick call to see if it all works and asked me if it's like Avon, putting Avon catalogues out and taking orders. It's similar to Avon, isn't it? But we earn much more. But I've said it's similar, but it's completely different product range, and we tend to earn more than Avon because of the way we teach it. Have you done Avon? I think you're getting the point now. Yes, Avon and Summers, great. This is something that would interest you. You can see the products. I'm sending her to my shop to see the products, and I'm also going to send her a link to the New Beginnings catalogue and told her a bit about the future catalogues. So after the products, about a gap, a few hours later, what do you think of the products? I'd like to give it a go. Now, at that point, it's very tempting to send the link. That's great. And this is genuine. I was actually going out for Rabbi Burns's night. That's great. I have to go out for the moment for dinner. When would be a good time to call you? Always, always, always try to consolidate and speak to them. You can do everything on Messenger. And a lot of people will go forward and, you know, on Messenger. But I feel if you can, it's, you know, get that person on the phone, chat to them, find out more about their circumstances, how we can help them to make money. That's very difficult to do over Messenger, and it's a lot of messages, and people can get bored or go back to work. She's working till 9, a few breaks tomorrow, lunchtime. As it happens, I spoke to her on Sunday. Tomorrow would suit me better, blah, blah, blah. Okay, thank you, you're welcome. Right, so that telephone call would be different to the other telephone calls I'm going to go through, because I've chatted to her beforehand. But you would still want to, you know, consolidate it, you know, chat a bit about what you said you're working at the moment. What type of work is it you're doing? What hours is it you're working? She says she finishes at 9. Does she like her job? You know, has she got a partner? Is her partner working? She's got children. Do you have any questions? How much you're looking to earn? There's a lot of things that we need to speak to a prospect about before we just fire a link to them. Explain about the support system and what they need to do to succeed. The follow plan, plug into the system. They need to follow a plan, plug into the system, and you need to get commitment that they're prepared to teach themselves to earn that income, and always, always, always share success stories. So let's say that you managed to get a phone call right away. Can I give you a quick call? Can I give you a quick call as soon as, I mean, it doesn't matter what they respond to. Now, this is not designed to be parrot fashion. If Jane or Kate did a script, it'd probably be slightly different. But the one thing it would be in there would be the same sort of questions. We're not interviewing them, but we want to find out about them, build a rapport. This is all about relationship marketing. It's always been relationships marketing, always will be. So give them that first call. Can I speak to Mary? Susan's not joined. I'm on to Mary now. Now, this is the first time. This is not the person that I've just shown you an example of. This is somebody you're speaking to cold, or they've responded to an advert. You recently responded to an advert about earning a work income from home. Now, if it was Facebook and you told them, I just spoke to you on Facebook about the business opportunity, obviously that adapts, you adapt that to suit what advert, phone, WhatsApp, Facebook, you've messaged them. The main thing is you want to set the agenda. You want to have a mission in mind. So the first thing is the reason for your call. The reason for my call is to give you a bit more information. I just need to ask you a few questions first. Is that okay, Mary? Mary might say yes. But what they might do is they might interrupt and start to ask you questions, and that might come up, but it should be here. And they might start to say, well, what about this, what about that? See, that's the reason for my call, Mary, to answer all your questions. If you don't mind, I'll just ask you a few questions first. You must keep control of the conversation. So type of questions, and there's loads of things that you can ask. The main thing is you want to get them talking. If you ask them, was there anything in particular that made you respond to the advert? If you remember, Donna was decorating, or just moved house and wanted to decorate, so that they give you the reason for why they responded, and this will help you to build on that. They give the reason for wanting to get started. There's it. If your prospect interrupts, I knew it was somewhere. That's the reason for my call. I just need to ask a couple of questions, and this will keep control for you. What is your current situation? Are you working at the moment? What kind of hours is that? What type of work is it? Do you like it? You know, would you like to replace it one day? I mean, dig a little bit deeper, find out what exactly they're looking for, because this business, one, can be built around any circumstances. Two, it works if they do the work. Do you have children? What level of income are you looking for? If they say, well, you know, I'm not sure, just anything will do, it's a bit wishy-washy, you know, you want to make it stronger. How much time do you have available per week for the business? Now, you notice that Donna had said to me, I've got a few breaks and a Monday off. Well, I'm going to have to chat to Donna, because she's probably going to need more than a few breaks and a Monday off if she wants to build a business. But it may be that she has to stick to strictly online in her breaks. We know that that works. You have to find out about the person, and then just present a little bit about the business. You know, just that's your agenda. I've just off the cuff did this, and what I will say, the more I sponsor, you may find this will change, because it's just off the top of my head when I first started, when the new pay plan came out. This is based since pay plan came out. Viva and Care, a brand new British company which launched in June 2018. There was a gap in the market. You're on the phone, so you could add to that if you want to. A little bit about the products. Again, we can add to that, can't we? Because the gap in the market, the products are really popular products that used to be sold by other companies, and we now own that company that manufacture the products. We've turned well over £1 million in the first few months of trading, which is absolutely phenomenal for any brand new business. We're looking for two types of people. People who want to earn a part-time top-up income in maybe £200, £300, £400, £500 a month. We're also looking for more ambitious people to become team leaders and earn much more. We earn money by retailing the products through friends, family, Facebook, door-to-door, share stories. Ask them what way of retailing the products would interest them and guide them. We also grow our income by sharing the opportunity and growing a team. There's a bit of repetition there, folks. Probably because I should have edited there. Share stories. Ask them if team building would be of interest to them. We're setting it up all the way, and they're finding out. I keep a note of what people tell me, what their goals are, what they're looking to earn. Is the team building of interest to you, Mary? Well, not at the moment. That's what most of them say. Most of them say, not at the moment, that would interest me. I just want to find out about how it works for me, blah, blah, blah. But you're also looking for that person that says, yes, the team build does interest me, because that's the people who's going to be building the business with. But as you know, people get involved in the business, we expose them to the business, we involve them, and then they'll upgrade. Once they see how easy it is to make the money, and how easy it is to share the opportunity, especially with Facebook. But for them to say, not at the moment, is perfectly normal. And here's the main reason I think people don't join. The person showing the business doesn't ask. You've got to cancel. Would you like to get started? Do you want to team build? How do you want to do the catalogues? Do you want to do the catalogues? Do you want to do online? We can also do parties. Would that interest you? It's literally just chatting to them about the business, but having that agenda and that structure, your script. the person that shows the business doesn't ask. Failure to follow up quickly enough, either by the initial response or that follow-up call. If you don't get a follow-up call, if you don't want to speak to you on the phone, do the questions on Messenger. Are you working at the moment? What kind of work are you doing? Just put it in a bigger paragraph. Don't. Are you working at the moment? What kind of work are you doing? Do you like it? Do you have children? Just do it in Messenger. Follow up every query. I mean, I don't wait 24 hours. If I get a message, it gets a response immediately. Immediately, I just put first, thanks very much. It's gone like that. Immediate response. There's no excuse for it now with Facebook. Even if you're working full time, I see people at their work and they're on these gadgets all the time, apart from maybe the banks. Shop assistants definitely don't care. Try, oh, that says try to sell. I have to change this because it really will annoy me. That should say space. Why is my space not coming? My computer's decided to freeze, folks. That would have annoyed me because it's completely wrong. Try not to sell. We are not people trying to sell a business opportunity. We are presenters of an opportunity. We just sort through the numbers and we find the people who are interested in getting started. So be relaxed about the income on the brain. Be relaxed about the outcome. It doesn't matter if they join. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Next. We don't try to talk people into business. We chat to them about the business. We find out what their circumstances are, and we tell them how our business can benefit them. Most people, that's my most favourite saying from Big Al, most people find that they can fit this business around anything. Most people do it on a part-time basis to get started with. Most people earn £200 to £300 in the first few months. Most people try not to sell, just tell it how it is because it works. If it's a no, it's fine. You can direct feed them with success stories. They should be in your selling group or your sponsoring group or both. Sponsoring first, then selling. And as Jane White says, we just keep on drip feeding them in these groups until they buy or die. And that's not literally. No just means not yet. And I have heard the stories of people watching people for months and months and then approaching them. I just want to see how you're getting on. But when somebody I'm not going to go into a training now, it's finished. Just wanted to final this before I finish. Just getting someone started is where the real work begins. You know, especially with the kit being free, people do say, I'll get started at the drop of a hat. And, you know, sometimes it might sound a bit strange, but it's my least favourite words if I hear it too soon. If people have asked me lots of questions and I've given them lots of information, so yeah, I'd like to get started, fantastic. You know, can I give you a call? And if I can't give a call, follow up. But if they say, yeah, I'll give it a go, give it a go, and they haven't really considered it, what we say is in fast, out fast, and I'm pretty sure that many of us will have experienced that. So the real work starts when they get started. Communication is the key to success. Every step of the way, this is what you have to do. If you want to keep them, you have to show them how to make that money. So if you feel that you really are like annoying somebody, don't. You are showing them how to earn money. And if they don't want to do it, you'll soon find out. The cream will rise to the top. If they don't follow through, it's the same again. Next, some people do get started. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Next, we just go through these numbers. But the most important thing, I think, is building the rapport and just not sending the link too quickly. I think that's it finished there. Thank you very much for your time. I'm just going to stop recording.